The state really needs to step in and redefine royalty and guaranteed minimum royalty.
Bradford County landowners with drilling leases are speaking out about their royalties disappearing. They're teaming up with Bradford County commissioners and calling on Pennsylvania lawmakers to take another look at the Guaranteed Minimum Royalty Act. Good evening, I'm Renata Steele.
I'm Scott Kirk. Thanks for choosing WENY HD News at 6. It was 1979 when PA adopted that Guaranteed Minimum Royalty Act. It was to make sure people leasing their land to gas companies got at least 12.5% of royalties, but now landowners are being hit with post-production costs as high as 90%.
Those production costs make landowners' profits way lower than they thought. WENY HD's Tanja Reiki talked with landowners today. Now, Tanja, what are they saying?
Renata, they're pretty upset, even calling some of these gas companies ridiculous.
It's one of the most active counties in Pennsylvania for gas drilling, Bradford County. But now neighbors and commissioners alike have had it with some gas companies, arguing that people leasing their land to gas companies are not getting their fair share of royalties.
This really is an arrogant move. And the trouble is that, you know, the vast majority of operators in the United States are good operators, and they care about the people they serve. But you get arrogant ones that just don't.
Jackie Kingsley is just one of many neighbors frustrated with the company she lets lease from her.
And after a while, you just have to say, enough is enough, and look the other way, I guess.
But some don't want to look the other way. A lot of them are still scared to speak out, but hope lawmakers make a change.
And we have very humble, good people here. Most people will not speak out. I mean, we've had a lot of people that call and send us their checks and they're dumbfounded with what's happening here.
A woman I spoke to shared some of her tax forms with me. Chesapeake and Statoil have been using her land since before she moved in 2007. Back in July, she was getting about 65% of her royalties. But in January, she got no royalty at all. After reaching out to Chesapeake, she got a combined 25% of the royalties due to her in February and January. But it's been going down ever since. In March, she says Chesapeake kept almost 82% of the royalty.
So really what we need is to have this looked at and revisited. Is there something that can be done to clarify and reinterpret what was meant by the intent of the 12.5% minimum royalty, Guaranteed Minimum Royalty Act?
Commissioner McClinko says natural gas drilling has benefits in neighboring New York and is going to Albany this week to talk to lawmakers about it. Tanja Reiki, WENY HD News.